So now we're gonna look at the second major attack control we're gonna build off, which is the cross collar grip series. The main thing to make this work, again, we can try to set these things up for multiple situations. So one of the primaries I like to go for the collar grip series from is when the guy has too high like this. So he's doubled up on the armpits. Okay, I push, I do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna pummel in, okay? I just have to get in with one. You don't have to do both. If you threaten both, you might get one, or you can really emphasize one like this, and I get in here. Once I get in, now, since I'm in, he's gonna have to repummel at some point, okay? So what I always wanna do is make sure to defend that repummel. So if I was to go to the collar like this is fine, I have a good collar grip now, and I can pull. But if he repummels and presses here, right, you can come in and get that, right? See, now I can't pull. So there's no collar choke is gonna happen. Well, his arm is counter pulling in here, right? So I have to maintain the inside position. So I push here, I go in, and now look, as he starts to try to repummel, I'm gonna pin my elbow to his chest. So lift this up just so I can show, okay? If I'm here like this, look at all this gap for him to repummel, right? But if I pin my elbow to his chest here and I do that same crunch we always talk about, see now repummel here. There's nowhere to go. So he starts to get stuck, right? And this really breaks posture because he doesn't have anywhere to frame. So his arm will get kind of stuck on the outside. Go around this side, just hit. Okay, so his arm gets kind of stuck on the outside. He can still be inside on this side. So go here like this and still frame and see posture up here and stuff. See, he has this, but this side is a huge compromise. Okay, I can start going here, I can start creating space and pummeling, and now I can start building to my attack series, okay? So the first thing we wanna do is when we repummel, or if I just went for it all out of the gate, is to close that gap quick, right? So like if we were here, right, and I'll get more into the grip fight stuff later, but like if we were here and I'm like this, he can go directly there, right? But if we start like this and he starts looking for that inside position, right? See, it's hard to find, right? And then I start getting this and see how I close this and keep it tight. I don't want it to be easy for him to find that. So now try to repummel here. See, there's no repummeling there. It's very hard. So now he can try on this side, but again, I'm protecting that space. It's tough. And I can start building attacks from here, right? From here, go ahead and say center. Yeah. From here, what I want to start doing is once I get this elbow in, I'm going to slowly start inching this lapel up, okay? Ideally, eventually I want to get in with this hand too to do other stuff, but even if he's like framing here, like frame here with this hand, right here, like this, I can use this here and see what I do is I pull this over, that inches my grip deep, right? And every time I just get a little bit deeper and I can turn my bone in, and I'm going to show this in the collar choke series. I start turning my bone in here and it's really sharp on his neck, right? See, now posture up here really hard. See? And he's gonna start exposing the choke or the triangle, which we'll go into soon, right? So this position here is very hard to get out of, right? So the main takeaway here, right, is we're here, he's got too high, I'm gonna frame, I pummel, and I start going across, right? And I start crunching and closing this gap fast, right, to come in. If I'm way back here like this and I'm not doing the crunch, then when I go here and I try to do this, he's just gonna repummel quick. But you see, if I get in here and then as he tries to repummel, I close that gap and bring my knees tight and get in here. See, repummel? See, it's hard. Now I can start shrimping out and I slowly start inching that grip deeper and deeper on the collar, okay? From here, I'm gonna show it more in depth in the choke video next, but I'm gonna turn my bone into his neck really tight, okay? And from here, we can build a lot of stuff, right? I can start to pummel here and start looking for a triangle. If his arm is on my chest, right, forearm like down like this, I can start using this to go to high guard. If he leaves something open, I can go for collar chokes. It's a great mission control to build off. Kind of like the same idea of the overhook triangle. We want a position that we can trap someone in, that we can then understand all the patterns from there and recreate all the patterns and know our attacks. So if you categorize the game by all these separate positions, then we can trap this guy in this position, learn all the combos of what he can do with his hand, and then you always know what to do. So you start in the closed guard, you're trying to bring his posture forward, you pay attention to where his hands are. Okay, he goes both high, you try to pummel in, get the collar grip, close the elbow to the chest gap really quick, work in, and then that's the position we're gonna start building off. So the next video, we're gonna go in depth on how to do the collar choke well.